blessings, I'm laughing like Jonah. You don't wish me well, I guess you don't know me. Got all these like Malcolm and Sadie. That's word to my mama, tatted on my body. My left arm, they ain't left arm, they still doing harm. Bodies on bodies, cried over Malcolm, I cried over Dolphin. I'm crying for Nipsey, been feeling like Lauren. Carried the cross, got the sun in my eyes. Grew for this, I ain't meant to be no bride. I'm married, but I know you still feel obliged. Bounce on these, I learned from Sanaa. Back in my bag and as big as a duffel. With blessings on blessings, I came through this struggle, I'm back.
I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God.
Yeah, yeah. I came through the rain and I came through the thunder. I pushed through the pain, I'm laughing at summer. My hair was way hotter, I feel like a starter. Escape with my truth, I came back like Nirvana. Road is all rocky, it's nothing I real. Go back to back, baby, can't no one here see us. Stomach it all time, look like a Leah. Went back and forth and back, just like a cornerback. Yeah, yeah, you got veins, I respect whole veins. Tell them get low, man. Just flying high, I gave them low, man. Super the color the whip. Culinary on my wrist, cooking you, I ain't forgot what you did. State of it all, eventually falls. Frequency, this is the ship, I'm home.
I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God.
Broski, yummy. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. It's that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my they say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures of it. Eyes on the price, it's my life sold up. 545, had the lights on us. Fries to the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll send the tight end in motion. McCarthy going to put it up right away. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Oh, and that was a big-time hit right there. And receivers understand when they run into the danger zone, that's the expectation. Really good job of catching the football, holding on despite the discouraging type of a hit.
McCarthy operating from the gun. And right away, he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea. What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's the rookie from Alabama. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Lamar changing the play. And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here. Now it's Jackson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Elijah Moore, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Jackson looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Hey, middle.
Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The Ravens had 8-6 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Middle. No, we changed it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Hey, middle.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's going deep for Bateman. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Seven, our score after one.
Score time 7-7.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd down and 8. And now they'll shift things around. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 28 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw, as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big...
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Paris Campbell, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Now the try here for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
The score, Vikings 14, Ravens 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now Jackson going to shift him around. Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Go. Alpha, sit on. 180. What a shot. 180. What a shot. Cut.
First down, here's Mitchell. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Jackson. And this is incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, Alpha, sit on. Hey, report.
Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Now they'll change things up. First carry now for Justice Hill. Down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
You are X.
They run it again with Hill. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Justice Hill with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. That ball caught by Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Back to the same target, Campbell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is McCarthy. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Sticking with a pass, here's McCarthy. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Alrighty. You are X. You are X. Report.
Now Jackson. They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Go.
To the air with McCarthy. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. This one brought in by Jefferson. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Now McCarthy. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are able to widen their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Elijah Moore, 77 yards. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize. But when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he'll get this to the 32. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jefferson going to go in motion right. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Going in motion left, that's Campbell. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
The Vikings send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And this returnable for Hill. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Going for it, it's Mitchell. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Jackson going to change things up a bit. Once again, it's Mitchell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. Second and 10. They run over center with Mitchell. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll audible to something else. Jackson now. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here's McCarthy. That's down the field for Jefferson. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Change it.
They run off tackle right with Hill. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Hey, 13.
Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Catch made here by Campbell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
First down, Vikings.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. This is 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now they'll change things around before the snap. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson from 21 yards away. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Lamar changing the look. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's Jackson. And this is caught. He hits more. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Well, this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. Throwing, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 13-year man puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Looking to throw McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know,
and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down.
Middle. Go ahead.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? To the right side, and he's got more complete. 20. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a